Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are digging into one of the biggest shifts happening in AI right now. I'm talking about the moment AI stops just talking and actually starts doing. We're moving from AI as a simple assistant to AI as an active operator. And believe me, it is happening much faster than you think.
I mean, think about it. Right now, you probably use AI to write something for you, to summarize a long article, maybe create an image. But what if it could do more? What happens when AI gets hands? When it can actually go out and execute tasks for you in the real world? That's the fundamental, game-changing question we're exploring today.
And that question leads us right to what we're calling the new agent paradigm. We are watching AI move beyond the simple chatbot, beyond just conversation, and into a brand new era where AI is a doer. And make no mistake, this isn't some sci-fi prediction for the future. This shift is being built right now by the biggest players in tech. And look, this is not a niche experiment. The titans of the industry are all in on this. You've got OpenAI making agents that use tools the standard, the default. Microsoft is literally building an AI execution layer for businesses. And NVIDIA? They're building the hardware, the very backbone, for agents that are always on. The writing's on the wall. Everybody is pushing in this exact same direction.
Okay, so a shift this big changes everything, and that includes where an AI's power actually comes from. We have to ask ourselves, in this new world, what really makes an AI model powerful? And guess what? The answer to that question is being totally rewritten. This is where the whole idea of power just completely flips on its head. You see, the old way of thinking was all about a model's internal knowledge. How many terabytes of data was it trained on? But in this new paradigm, that's not the main thing anymore. The most capable AI is no longer the one that knows the most. It's the one that has the best access to external tools. And giving an AI tool access unlocks things that were basically impossible before. It can now take real-world actions like, booking a flight for you. It can pull live, up-to-the-minute data to make smarter decisions, and it can integrate directly into the systems you already use. Suddenly, the AI is no longer trapped inside its digital box.
This quote really just says it all, doesn't it? The key takeaway here is that connectivity, access, has become way more important than just raw intelligence. An AI that can tap into an API, that can run a script, or query a database, well, that AI is now infinitely more powerful than one that can only recite facts from its training data.
So if the very source of power is changing, what does that mean for AI's role in our day-to-day work? Well, it's pretty simple, actually. AI is getting a huge promotion. It's moving up the ladder from just thinking to actually doing. Just think about this evolution. It started out by simply reading and understanding information. Then it learned to write and generate all sorts of content. More recently, we've seen it start to make some really complex decisions. But this final step, this is the big one. The step to doing, to taking real action based on those decisions. And what that means is that AI is no longer just a helper you call on when you need something. It's becoming a core part of the operational backbone of a business. It's getting woven directly into the systems, impacting outcomes without a human needing to be in the loop for every single step. This promotion also completely changes how we interact with these agents every day. We're moving past that simple request and response model that we're so used to with chatbots right now.
Instead, we're moving to this new, always-on loop. The agent is constantly monitoring a system. It acts when a certain trigger is met. It updates its own status, and then it just repeats the cycle, over and over. This creates these autonomous, persistent workers that are generating value for you continuously without you having to prompt them every single time. Okay, so whenever there's a massive shift like this one, it opens up a whole new competitive playing field. But where's the advantage? For you, for me, for large companies, the game is being reset, and the winners are going to be the ones who figure out these new leverage points first. So let's break down where that advantage is. For you, an individual, the retail edge is all about focus. It's about building an agent that uses one or two specific tools, like an API or a script, to automate a really high-leverage task. Your edge is creating agents that take action. Now, for a big company, the institutional edge is all about scale. It's about deploying whole fleets of these agents across their huge ecosystems of software and tools. So, the big question is, how can you start using this new power today? And listen, this isn't just for massive corporations with giant budgets. You can get started on this right now.
And you know what? It's probably simpler than you think. To really tap into this new execution paradigm, there's one thing you need to do. You need to give your AI a job.
Here's the 3-step playbook to make it happen. First, give your agent a real tool, something like access to a software API or even just a simple script it can run. Second, and this part is absolutely crucial, you have to let the agent decide for itself when to use that tool. You have to give it autonomy. And finally, you have to make sure it can use the result of its actions to figure out what to do next.
And all of this brings us to the single most important question you can ask yourself right now. What could you actually achieve if your AI stopped just talking and started acting? What processes could you automate? What new value could you create if your AI really had hands?
Because that's the upgrade. That's the execution revolution. It's the move from an AI that just talks to an AI that takes real-world actions. And now, you know exactly how to be a part of it.